Finding the right partner is probably the most important decision you will ever make in your life, and most people make the wrong decision. And by the end of this video, you'll learn the exact steps that I would take if I was starting over and single that would allow me to find my ideal partner and get to my goals even faster. The very first thing I would do is get crystal clear on who you are trying to attract in your life, who you want to be your ideal partner. And so one of the very best books that I've ever read in my entire life on dating and relationships and attracting the ideal partner of your dreams was a book by a man named Coach Corey Wayne. And it was called How to Be a 3% Man. And in this book, Coach Corey Wayne explains how most men trying to meet their ideal partner aren't crystal clear on what they're actually looking for. And you might be wondering, why haven't I met the person of my dreams? Well, let me ask you a very simple question. Do you know what they look like? No, seriously, do you know what they look like? Do they have brown hair, black hair? Are they a blonde, right? Do they work out? What is their physical shape like? How do they act around their friends, family? Do you know how they show up around their friends and family? Do you know what they actually look like and how they act in person? Because if you don't, then you probably do not know exactly what you are looking for. And so the very first thing that I learned in that book was you need to write down everything you want in your ideal partner. And so that's exactly what I did. I was basically dating, having fun for about 1.5 years, just kind of out there, trying to see who could be my next girlfriend and next relationship. And it wasn't until I actually got serious about meeting somebody that I could see me spending the rest of my life with that I took this seriously. And so in that book, he says, write down every single thing that you want in your ideal partner. Everything, the way she looks, the way she acts, the way she dresses, the way she treats her family, the way she treats strangers, everything you can think of, write it down, leave nothing back. And so I did that. This is the journal that I actually wrote everything down. You can see I wrote this December 29th of 2019, almost 5 years ago now. And I literally wrote, here's exactly what I'm looking for. I am looking for, at this time I put a steady girlfriend, and here are a list of qualities my ideal woman has. And I put qualities I want, a list right here, and you can see it continued all the way on this page, continued, and then qualities I don't want. So I wrote down about 30 different things. And in the book, Coach Corey Wayne says, once you've done that, you've listed every single thing, which I did. I put dark brown hair, beautiful brown / hazel eyes, light tan skin, sexy body with a big, you know what, gorgeous plump lips, works out, eats healthy, lives an active lifestyle, does yoga, practices meditation, and is open to all spirituality, Hispanic, speaks Spanish, easy to get along with everyone, naturally positive and optimistic, witty and funny, can take a joke, doesn't take life too seriously, and a bunch of other things. I literally wrote down everything I could think about that I would want in my ideal partner. Now, of course, you're never gonna find someone who's exactly all of those things because after all, nobody's perfect, right? But here's the key. What you wanna do is you wanna take all of those things, for me it was about 30, and you wanna circle your top 10 qualities that are a must-have, cannot live without, which I did on the next page. So you can see, I wrote down everything on this page, and then I kept continuing it, flip it over. Here are the top 10 qualities that are a must-have. My top 10 qualities were, works out, eats healthy, and lives an active lifestyle. Number 2, naturally positive and optimistic with an abundance mindset. Number 3, easy to get along with others / strangers, treats everyone as equal. Number 4, doesn't take life too seriously, funny and witty, can take a joke. Number 5, reads books, listens to podcasts on personal development, and always has a learning mindset. You can see my top 5 in the very first of that list of the top 10 are nothing to do with physical looks. Because for me at that time, I wanted the perfect person that was more than just, a good looking chick. And number 6, shows affection in public, loves physical touch, holds hands, and is very open. Number 8, believes in marriage and has a great relationship with her family and father. That was key. Number 9, open to new experiences, traveling and exploring herself and her spirituality. 10, dark brown hair, brown hazeless eyes, sexy lips, hourglass body, and is so beautiful naturally that she barely wears any makeup. That was a big one for me. And yeah, I wrote it all down, my top 10. So once I did that, It was very clear what I was looking for. Coach Corey Wayne says the last thing you do after you list your top 10 qualities that are a must-have is to actually write a love letter to this person as if you've already met them, and as if you've already been with them, and as if you are already dating them. And so I did exactly that. On the next page, you can see I put Dear You, and I won't read the entire love letter because I think that's very personal to me and obviously my now wife. Spoiler alert, it worked. And when I read this to her, she couldn't believe it. She was like, did you write this about me like yesterday? And I was like, no, this was 2 months ago. And I showed her the date right here, which showed 12/29/2019, and she was blown away. You write a love letter to this person as if you've already been with them. And what's funny is 2 months later, I actually met her. We went on our first date. I literally manifested her. And 3 months after we met, we got married and I committed. I went all in, and we've been married for about 4 years since this July 4th, and it's been amazing. So the very first thing you gotta do, if I was to start all over again and I was single, would be this exercise first. What do you want? You might not wanna meet a person to marry right now. You might wanna meet someone like I wrote here, which is a steady girlfriend. You know, I wrote that. Of course, I didn't know she'd end up becoming my wife that quickly, but I'm not complaining. So what are you looking for? Be very specific. That's the powerful thing. Once you're crystal clear on it, your mind, the universe, God, spirituality, right, will attract them into your life. For me, it only took about 2 months, but it was because just like any goal in life, when you write it down and you look at it every single day, it's inevitable that it actually comes into your life pretty quickly, and maybe faster than you thought you would ever imagine. The second thing I would do, now that I'm crystal clear on who I'm looking for, is I would ask myself one simple question. What would she want in a guy like me? Here's what I mean. Yes, you might want this perfect partner, but you might not be the perfect partner for her. And so when I asked myself that question, just like when I learned this from a guy named Darren Hardy, when I read his book called The Compound Effect, he explained how he wrote down everything he wanted in his ideal partner as well, which ended up being his wife now as of today. And he said he asked himself that same question. What would she want in her ideal partner? What would she want in the man of her dreams? And so once he wrote down everything that he would need to be in order to be obviously someone that she would consider dating or marrying, for example, he got to work on himself. He started learning more, working out, working on his physical shape, right? Because if I want someone who has got an hourglass body as my ideal partner, I gotta be someone who has muscles. I gotta be someone who's not fat, overweight, obese. I gotta be someone who's actually in shape. Because if I want those things in my partner, I have to have those things in my life. I have to embody those traits as well. And so that's the next step, okay? Step 2, start working on yourself. Be ruthless with your personal development and ask yourself, be really realistic, okay? And brutally honest. Are you the person right now who deserves that person? Because if you're not, that's okay. You can work towards becoming that person right now. But start today. Start working out. Start reading books. Start actually having genuine interests and hobbies. That way, when you are on a date with this potential person, you actually have conversations that are actually meaningful. You guys can go deep with each other and actually relate on many different things and share experiences. So read, work out, meditate, work on yourself so that way when the right person does show up and you've literally manifested her and she's right across from you, you are prepared, okay? You are the person that she's been asking for, she's been writing about, she's been praying about or dreaming about too. Become the person that she would be attracted to. Become the person that your ideal partner would want in their ideal partner. Get to work on yourself. You can't ever expect to land that person if you are not worthy of that person. Step 3, build your dating funnel. Okay, so I'm a marketer. You might be an entrepreneur or business owner watching this video and you're like, dude, I get the list, I get the personal development, but how do I actually meet the women, right? Give me the answers. Here's the answer for you. Just like me, you're probably thinking, I'm a good looking guy, I'm making pretty good money, I have a pretty cool life, but where are the women? Where are the girls that I could potentially share the rest of my life with and these experiences with together? I was asking myself that same question. I had a good job, I was making good money, I was traveling, I was experiencing everything that life had to offer, but I didn't have anyone else to experience it with. And you know, I was going on dates and stuff at the time, but I didn't really have a consistent way to meet potential ideal partners. And so what did I do? Well, I asked myself, What's the same problem that I'm having that all of our clients have? Well, they don't have a way to get leads, okay? They don't have a way to get those leads to convert into qualified appointments, and they don't have a way to get those qualified appointments to convert into sales. I didn't have a sales funnel, or I didn't have a dating funnel. And so I went to work on building my dating funnel. I leveraged dating apps and social media, and then in-person experiences to meet more potential partners. So my dating funnel was pretty simple, all right? I would use dating apps, Bumble, Hinge, Tinder, to cast a wide variety of impressions. Because obviously, just like running ads or just like using organic traffic for your business, you want to get as many people as possible who might be interested in your offer, which is you in your dating funnel, to get to know you, to see your offer, which is you. And so I would use Bumble, Tinder, and Hinge all at once. And I would basically swipe or message people for about 15 minutes every single day during that time when I was trying to meet my ideal partner. Now, here's the key. Once I would swipe or message them, some girls, especially the ones that are obviously higher status, they don't have, it's gonna be almost nearly impossible for you to match with them as a guy. It's just like the dating apps aren't really favorable to, even though we're good looking guys, me and you maybe watching this video, it's gonna be hard for us to meet the right person, the upper echelon, if you will. And so what I noticed was a lot of the girls that I was interested in also had Instagram in their bio on these dating apps. They would link their Instagram. And so what I did, and I recommend you do too, go to Instagram, search them up, and then obviously follow them, okay? Just follow them. Now, give it 1 or 2 days, and if they follow you back, boom, you know that there's interest there. So for me, my Instagram was very well optimized. I was showing my travel, my business. I talked about how I was an entrepreneur. I was posting stories. So it was very engaging. But here's the key. My profile was public. It wasn't private. Okay, so when they would follow me back, they didn't have to, because they could see what I was all about and if I was legitimate or not, or if they were interested without even needing to follow me back. But if they followed me back, that's when I knew, boom, she might be interested. And so immediately I would send them a message on Instagram, but not just any message. I would send them a video DM. I would say, hey, Jennifer, funny story. I came across your profile on dating app and I thought, wow, this girl is pretty cute, but I'm not sure if she's as cool as I think she is. So rather than wonder and wait if we can match on this dating app or not, I said, F it. I'm gonna follow you and message you on here instead and say hi. Let me know if you'd be down to grab a drink sometime to see if we get along. Boom, send it as a video. Why did I do that? Well, because I knew that I was gonna leverage my strengths. I'm naturally someone who's better at public speaking than most guys, right? And I know that most guys aren't sending video DMs to the girls they want, the girls they like. So immediately I was separating myself in all the noise in their inbox of other guys trying to get on dates with them by sending them a video DM. And as a result of that, I got a lot of replies, and those replies usually ended up becoming dates. They would trust me more because they would see me, they would hear me, they would know that I'm a real person, right? They would watch my stories, they would see my Instagram. There's interest. And so once they replied, I would schedule a date. Let me know if you're more of a wine or a beer type of girl. And then either way, I was gonna take them to the same restaurant that I'm a really big fan of, and we would have a date. And at that date, we would get to know each other, we would have fun, and if it leads to something longer than that, for sure. But I was able to land more dates as a result of that dating funnel. So if you're someone who's wondering how do you meet more women, the easiest way that I did it, that I would recommend you to do it today, is dating apps, right? Follow on Instagram, send a video DM to separate yourself from everybody else, and then schedule a date. On the date, you've already done the inner work on yourself in step 2. You've already wrote down what you wanted in step 1, so you know exactly who you're looking for, and you can filter out if they are a good fit for you and your ideal partner or not. That way the date can go long or it can go short, depending on who you're looking for. Set up your dating funnel, maximize your impressions, get in front of a lot of women, and get on plenty of dates. You can't expect to meet the right person if you're not out there looking for them or actually taking action. So if this video was helpful, I would very much encourage you to click this video next. This is the video that I reviewed the book, How to Be a 3% Man. The same book that I told you taught me how to meet my ideal partner. And so if you wanna learn how to do this exercise, how to write down every single thing you want in your ideal partner, then click this video right here, watch it, study it, implement it, and then I look forward to hearing your success story when you meet your ideal partner.